It is important to avoid using your partner's vulnerabilities when you have arguments, because they tell you something in moments when they are feeling vulnerable and they are confiding in you and they are trusting you, and then you have arguments and you use that against them. Or when a relationship ends, you use their information against them. That is not right and that is not fair. And sometimes this is the reason why some relationships end. When we meet someone, in trying to connect and to increase and improve intimacy, we open up to each other. And someone can tell you their deepest vulnerabilities, their previous experiences, struggles that they have had in their life. And this is a moment when someone is showing you trust. They are feeling that they are confiding in someone close to them. And by confiding in you about those vulnerabilities, it's not because they are naive. It's because they believe that you need to know what their deepest vulnerabilities are, what their deepest pain is, and where their deepest pain lies. But then you have an argument. And then instead of focusing on the issues that you are discussing, to focus on the topic and resolve an issue, you make it personal and you start talking about your partner's vulnerabilities. And I have experienced this even in friendships, where people, instead of focusing on the issues that they've had or the fact that they've fallen out, someone goes on to reveal what you told them. And that's the most painful thing we can do to people. It's important that we learn to separate issues. We learn to separate matters. If someone tells us something for a reason, even when we fall out as adults, we need to maintain confidentiality, to keep their story safe, to avoid sharing what they told us with other people, or to avoid using their story to attack them, because that's the lowest you can go. And in some relationships, people start to wonder what went wrong, but this might be the issue. Either you used their vulnerability against them, or you went on to share their confidential information with other people. And for some people, that can be difficult to forgive, because that's their weakest link. That's their weakest part, or a weakest part of them. And you sharing that with other people is just like beating them up. And they can struggle to forgive you for that. It can actually be a reason why some people end up breaking up, because you have really gone below the belt. So it's important that we reflect on this and learn to keep confidential information confidential, and to deal with issues as they come. If you're having a quarrel about something, deal with the subject you are arguing about or you're having a conflict about, not to add some other elements that are confidential to the subject so that you can shut the person down. Because obviously, the idea there, when you use someone's vulnerabilities during conflict, is to try and shut them down. Because obviously, if you raise the issue of their vulnerabilities, then of course it's going to make them go quiet. So you've shut them down, and there's no growth in the relationship when you do that. Because when you shut your partner down, you cannot engage in healthy conflict resolution. That means none of you are growing. You can get the upper hand. You can feel like you have won the battle, because that's the thing with many people. We just want to win a fight. We are not trying to resolve issues. It's about being right. And that is not going to allow growth in a relationship. Because in relationships which thrive, it's not about being right. It's about sitting down to resolve the issue and solve the problems, and then you can know how to move forward in the relationship in a healthy way.